Good morning. So today I'm going to talk first about this inserting a media object of some kind. I have this PowerPoint presentation up, and I'm going to start with sound. I've also, excuse me, opened this custom animation pane just so you can watch the action as it happens. I'm going to go insert sound from file because I'm going to get a large sound file. And I'm going out to a place where I've stored the audio file for the lecture on the intro to lesson 6. All audio compatible audio file formats um, are set to be seen. I guess is the best way to put it. When you go to insert sound, down here, of course, is a drop-down list that you can narrow your search for the sound to a certain type of file, but all files are sound files. All files simply would bring up every file in here to include the PowerPoint presentation itself, or sound files that'll bring up all compatible, all files, sound files that would actually play in a PowerPoint presentation. If your sound file is not compatible with the PowerPoint presentation, with PowerPoint, then of course it wouldn't be in there. To insert it is pretty simple. Double click on the file. Now you'll notice both the MP3 file and the Windows Media Audio file are both compatible. One of the considerations is size, and so I'm just going to hover here. I notice that the MP3 file format is 7.38 megabytes, where the Windows Media Audio file is only 5.59. And if I don't think, because it's just a human voice speaking, it's not like it's a music file. So if I think that I can get away with a slightly poorer sound quality and in exchange for a smaller file, I'll probably take it. So in this case, I'm going to insert this Windows Media Audio file. I'm simply going to double click on it to make that happen. I get this message that's simply asking me, do you want this to automatically start with the show, or do you want this to start when you click it? So if it's a manual presentation and I want to control it manually, I'm going to choose when clicked. By default, it's set to start automatically. I'll choose when clicked right now, and we'll move from there. This is the object itself, and it has several different properties that we need to deal with. Right now, because it's the first animation or event to happen on this slide, it's set to be in the first position. Had I, for instance, already set a custom animation, a custom animation for a different, for a different, what am I trying to say? For a different object, then I would need to reorder my sound file if I wanted to start before this animation. Does that make sense? In other words, if I want the sound to start and then other things happen, I'll need to make sure that I keep it in the first position. Otherwise, it's going to land someplace down the road. I'm also going to select that again, and I'm going to make some decisions based on whether, for instance, I want to see this thing as as an object. In other words, if I start to play the show right now, this speaker will be visible. And maybe I don't want that. Obviously, I need it if I'm going to click on it, but if I want it to start automatically, I can have that disappear. So I'm going to go take a look at some of this stuff. I'm going to come to my sound tools up here at the top and click on those. Now, hide during show, I'm over here in my sound options. Hide during show simply says hide that object during the show. So if I'm not going to click on it, I can choose to hide it. Loop until stop would be continue to play this thing over and over and over again until it comes to an end, so to speak, until the show comes to an end, if I have it playing across all the slides, or until I move on from the current slide. Now, while this thing is currently set to start automatically or play the sound automatically, you'll notice that it's only attached to this one slide. If I wanted to play for the entire length of my show, for instance, music in the background, or maybe it's a fully automated lecture where I have slides and this audio file following along through my lecture, then I would choose to play it across all slides. Okay, this is setting the maximum file sound size. By default it's set at 100 kilobytes. If I want to embed a sound, I need to move it up to 50,000. It's as easy as clicking in there, typing 50,000 and hitting your enter key. Once I have the object in my show, I'm going to have it start with previous because I want it to start with the transition. I can choose to show all the effect options, and here I can choose where it starts, either from the beginning or the last place I could start a sound file, stop it at some place, have it pick up on another slide, etc., etc., etc. I can ask it to play after, stop playing on a click after the current slide or after a particular slide. Maybe I want it to play across the first 3 slides, and on slide 4 go to something else. So again, a bazillion settings, and like I said in the intro, this is another one of those places where it'd be nice to have an hour in a classroom so we could really cover a lot of this stuff. To insert a movie is really pretty much the same process. Choose a movie from a file, go find a movie someplace, and just simply double click to insert it, cancel, answer the how you want it to start. Right now I have it on click. I could set it again with previous, after previous. It's an object like any others. It can be sized and stuck somewhere. Obviously, as a movie, you'll probably want to size it higher. I mean, make it a bigger size so people can see it more easily. And it too, again, has its own set of options. So just keep in mind that that media adds a new dimension in terms of timing things, how to have them come on, leave when a movie starts or when a sound starts, how long it plays, etc. Those are all considerations for you. I know I'm running out of time at this point. Don't forget to see the Laura Ingalls movie on embedding a YouTube. It's a really great presentation that she's done on that. And thanks for listening.